It's been over 4 years since this incident. Back then, I, Liam, 37, had been with my wife Diana, 36, for 16 years, married for 13. We lived a comfortable upper-middle-class life and had a 15-year-old daughter, Lila. I had two closest friends from college, Ryan and Jake. Ryan, 35, was married to Sophia, 31, and Jake, 35, had finalized his divorce that spring. Over time, Diana and Sophia had grown inseparable. The three couples had taken a week-long summer vacation together for years. Everything was booked when I fractured my ankle 3 days before the trip. I decided to stay home. I couldn't walk for 16 weeks, my medication left me exhausted, and I didn't want to ruin their fun. Diana offered to cancel, but I insisted she go. When she returned, she seemed transformed. Her stressful job had worn her down, and the break clearly helped. She was suddenly affectionate, almost overwhelmingly so. Our intimacy felt like we were newlyweds again. I assumed it was guilt over leaving me or the trip's relaxation. Weeks after Thanksgiving, Diana and Sophia planned a girls' weekend away, including a hotel stay. Then things unraveled. We all used Snapchat. Ryan and Sophia had nieces who only responded to snaps, not texts, a habit Lila adopted too. We often sent silly group snaps, so I didn't think twice that night after sending Diana a photo of our dog. But when I checked the map, her Bitmoji appeared alongside Sophia's and Jake's. They were all at the same location, a town 2.5 hours away. Why would Jake be there? My stomach dropped. I called Diana. No answer. After 4 attempts, I grabbed my keys, ready to drive there. Then I remembered Lila was home. I couldn't leave at 8:30 p.m. Maybe Ryan knows, I thought. He answered calmly, unfazed by the snap map. For a second, I relaxed, until he said, "They're all there." Sophia and Jake talked Diana into another threesome. Another? My vision blurred. The room tilted. I gripped the phone and hissed, "Explain now." Ryan exhaled. "I will." It began during the July vacation. The trip lasted 5 days, minus travel time. The first day was relaxed, mostly lounging by the Airbnb pool. But on day 2, things shifted. A group outing was planned, and without their spouses, Jake and Diana naturally paired off. At first, it seemed harmless, just two friends keeping each other company. But Ryan noticed their comfort level growing as the day progressed. That night, drinks flowed heavily during and after dinner. Sophia observed how flirtatious and close Diana and Jake had become. Eventually, Ryan and Sophia retired to their room, leaving the other two alone. An hour later, Sophia slipped out to check on them. Diana's room was empty. She tiptoed to Jake's door and heard the unmistakable sounds of drunken, hushed sex. Sophia returned and told Ryan everything. I cut him off. How could she let this happen? She noticed her behavior at dinner. Why didn't she stop it? Ryan replied coldly, "Because we didn't want to." Turns out, Ryan and Sophia had been considering an open relationship. They'd agreed to let anything unfold on the trip. Worse, Ryan admitted he'd always been attracted to Diana and saw this as his chance. Another betrayal. First Jake, now Ryan. I unleashed a torrent of curses, but he just took it, stammering apologies and excuses. I shut him down. "Save your bullshit." Finished the story. The next morning, Sophia confronted Diana, who was racked with guilt and terrified of exposure. She called a mistake but admitted. It was incredible asterisk, especially for drunk sex. Asterisk. Sophia coaxed her. "Why stop? Jake's divorced. You've been stressed for a year, and this vacation is your escape. No job, no Liam, no Lila. Just a free week. We'll keep quiet." Diana hesitated but talked to Jake, who then asked Ryan if this was really okay. Ryan greenlit it, secretly plotting his own move with my wife. Over the next 3 days, they stuck to the itinerary. I know because the usual Instagram and Facebook posts went up. I got group snaps and regular calls/texts from Diana. Clueless. I recovered at home, oblivious. Over those final 3 days, Jake and Diana behaved like infatuated teenagers. They carefully staged innocent photos for social media, but otherwise indulged freely, holding hands, stealing kisses in public, and retreating to Jake's room the moment they returned. Their activities were far from discreet. The entire house knew what they were doing and how long they took. Ryan, desperate for his turn, pressured Sophia into suggesting a partner swap on the last night. He didn't hear the discussion, but knew everyone agreed. I snapped, "Spare me the details." He retorted, "You need these details." They explained where she is now. That night, they swapped. Ryan finally got Diana, but his excitement overshadowed his stamina. It ended embarrassingly fast. Humiliated, he watched her leave to rejoin Jake and Sophia down the hall. The noises that followed tortured him for hours. Sophia never returned to their bed. For the first time, Ryan regretted the open marriage. The next morning, they traveled home, all vowing silence. Ryan confessed that after the trip, Sophia, once hesitant, became obsessed with the open arrangement. Though uneasy, he agreed, hoping to benefit. They set rules. He demanded veto power over certain people. She refused, insisting total freedom for both. "If you want to sleep with my sister, go ahead," she said. "But no co-workers, no exes, no restrictions for me either." Reluctantly, he agreed on one condition: full transparency. They filmed consent videos to prevent future legal fallout. Ryan then unloaded his regrets. Sophia had slept with countless men, co-workers, strangers, while he'd failed to secure even one date. The growing rift between them led him to draft divorce papers. Then, he handed over his evidence. A folder appeared in my inbox. Most files showed Sophia with other men, but buried within were messages between Diana and Sophia. I learned Sophia and Jake had begun an affair 4 months prior. A month ago, they'd started planning another threesome. At first, Diana insisted the vacation was a one-time escape, but Sophia's persistence wore her down. 2 weeks ago, she'd agreed, with Jake now involved. Ryan also provided photos of Diana and Jake kissing, plus a covert recording of their encounter. The video was grainy, but her face and tattoo were unmistakable. I thanked him coldly, called him a worthless bastard, and warned him never to contact me again. With the truth laid bare, I turned my fury toward Diana.